Turkey has signed a major deal to sell 48 of its homegrown KAAN fighter jets to Indonesia, as announced by Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan on Wednesday. This is the first time Turkey will export these advanced jets, which are still being developed. The agreement was made during the Indo Defense 2025 event, a big defense industry show held in Jakarta, Indonesia. What is the KAAN fighter jet? The KAAN is Turkey's first-ever fifth-generation fighter jet, designed and built by Turkish Aerospace Industries, TAI. Fifth-generation jets are the most advanced fighter planes in the world, with features like stealth, hard to detect by radar, advanced electronics, and the ability to perform multiple roles, such as air combat and ground attacks. The KAAN jet took its first test flight in 2024 and is expected to be ready for delivery to Turkey's Air Force by 2028. For now, it uses American-made engines, but Turkey is working on its own engine, called the TF-35000, to be ready by 2032. Details of the Turkey-Indonesia deal. Number of jets. Indonesia will buy 48 KAAN fighter jets. Production. The jets will be made in Turkey, but Indonesia will also contribute by using its local industries and skills in the production process. This means some parts or work will involve Indonesian companies, helping boost their defense industry. Delivery timeline. The jets will be delivered over 10 years, starting after 2028, with all 48 expected to be completed by 2034. Financial value. While President Erdogan did not share the exact cost, some reports estimate the deal to be worth around $10 billion to $15 billion, depending on the final jet configurations, like added features or weapons. Technology sharing. The agreement includes sharing advanced technology with Indonesia, which will help them build their own defense capabilities. This is a big part of the deal, as Indonesia wants to grow its local defense industry. The deal was signed during a ceremony at the Indo Defense 2025 Expo, attended by Indonesian and Turkish defense officials, including Indonesia's defense minister and Turkey's defense industry secretary. Why is this deal important? For Turkey, this is Turkey's biggest defense export deal ever, showing the world that its defense industry is capable of producing and selling advanced technology. It helps fund the KAAN project, which is expensive to develop. Selling more jets reduces the cost per plane, making it easier for Turkey to afford the program. It boosts Turkey's reputation as a global defense supplier, competing with countries like the United States, Russia, and China. Turkey's defense exports grew by 106% from 2020 to 2024, reaching $7.1 billion last year. This deal will push that number even higher. For Indonesia, Indonesia needs modern fighter jets to replace its old fleet, including aging F-16s. The KAAN will give its Air Force a high-tech edge. By joining the KAAN program, Indonesia gains access to advanced technology and learns how to build parts of the jet, strengthening its own defense industry. Indonesia wants to be less dependent on Western or Chinese weapons. Partnering with Turkey, a non-aligned country, helps them achieve this goal. The deal supports Indonesia's plan to modernize its military, especially as tensions rise in the Indo-Pacific region, like in the South China Sea. For both countries, the deal strengthens the growing friendship between Turkey and Indonesia, two Muslim-majority nations with shared interests. It builds on earlier defense projects, like the joint development of a Baker combat drone factory in Indonesia, which will produce drones like the Bayraktar TB3 and Akinci. It opens the door for more cooperation, such as missile production and submarine projects, which Indonesia has also expressed interest in. Growing Turkey-Indonesia ties. Turkey and Indonesia have been working closely in recent years, especially in defense. In February 2025, President Erdogan visited Indonesia, and in April, Indonesian President Prabowo Subianto visited Turkey. During these visits, they signed deals to build a Baker drone factory in Indonesia with an Indonesian company called Republic Ord, co-produce missiles and other defense equipment, expand trade, aiming for $10 billion in total business between the two countries. These agreements show that both nations want to deepen their economic and defense partnerships. Indonesia sees Turkey as a reliable partner that offers affordable, high-quality weapons without the political conditions often attached by Western or Chinese suppliers. Interest from other countries. Pakistan and Azerbaijan, two countries with strong defense ties to Turkey, are also interested in buying KAAN jets. Pakistan, Turkey and Pakistan are planning to build a joint factory to produce KAAN jets, which would help both countries make the jets at a lower cost. Pakistan wants to replace its old F-16s and sees the KAAN as a way to boost its air force and local industry. Azerbaijan has already joined the KAAN program as a partner and may buy jets in the future. They have visited Thai's facilities and support the project. Other countries, like Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Malaysia, and even Ukraine, have shown interest in the KAAN, with Saudi Arabia reportedly considering a purchase of 100 jets. This growing interest could lead to more export deals, making the KAAN a global success. Challenges ahead. While the deal is a big achievement, there are some challenges. The KAAN is still in development, so there's a risk of delays or technical issues. Some experts think deliveries to Turkey's Air Force might not start until 2030. Developing the new TF-35,000 engine is a complex task, and it may take longer than planned. Indonesia's budget is tight, so paying for the jets over 10 years will require careful planning. However, the technology transfer and local production will help offset costs. Indonesia has walked away from other fighter jet deals, like South Korea's KF-21 program, which raises questions about its commitment. But its strong ties with Turkey make this deal more likely to succeed. What this means for the future: this deal is a game changer for Turkey's defense industry and Indonesia's military modernization. It shows that Turkey can compete in the elite group of countries that make fifth-generation fighter jets, alongside the US, Russia, and China. For Indonesia, it's a step toward becoming a stronger, more independent player in the Indo-Pacific region. The agreement also sets the stage for more defense deals between Turkey and Indonesia, like submarines or more drone projects. It could inspire other countries to buy the KAAN, especially those looking for affordable, advanced jets without relying on traditional powers. In simple terms, this deal is a win-win. Turkey gets to showcase its technology and earn billions, while Indonesia gets modern jets and a boost to its defense industry. It's a sign of their growing partnership and a big moment for both nations on the global stage.